As we journey through life, the relationships we build with our children can become one of our greatest treasures. As we age, it's essential to nurture these connections, ensuring they remain positive and fulfilling. A strong bond with our children not only enriches our lives, but also helps us avoid unnecessary stress that can come from misunderstandings or conflicts. By fostering harmony in our relationships, we create a peaceful environment that allows us to enjoy our later years to the fullest. Imagine a life where laughter fills the air during family gatherings, where conversations flow easily, and where love and support are always present. This vision can become a reality if we prioritize open communication and understanding with our children. It's important to listen to their thoughts and feelings, just as we hope they will listen to ours. By showing empathy and respect, we can build a foundation of trust that will carry us through the ups and downs of life. As we age, the desire for a happy and serene life becomes even more significant. We want to look back on our years with joy, knowing that we have nurtured meaningful relationships. By focusing on what truly matters, love, respect, and connection, we can create a legacy of harmony that will not only benefit us, but also our children and future generations. Embracing this approach allows us to enjoy our golden years surrounded by the warmth of family, free from the burdens of unresolved issues or stress. In the end, the key to a fulfilling relationship with our children lies in our willingness to invest time and effort into understanding one another. By doing so, we pave the way for a peaceful and happy life, filled with cherished memories and lasting bonds. Having sufficient savings as parents is crucial for many reasons. While it is natural to want to support your children financially, it is important to do so without draining your own life savings. Parents often feel a strong urge to provide for their children, whether it's helping with education costs, buying a first car, or even assisting with a down payment on a home. However, this desire can sometimes lead to overspending or making financial sacrifices that jeopardize their own future. When parents deplete their savings, they risk facing financial instability in their old age. This instability can have serious consequences, especially when unexpected medical emergencies arise. Health issues can be costly, and without adequate savings, parents may find themselves in a difficult position, relying on their children for support. This can create a burden on the younger generation, who may already be managing their own financial responsibilities. Consider the story of a couple, John and Mary, who spent their entire savings to help their children through college and buy their first homes. They believed they were doing the right thing, but when John faced a sudden health crisis, they found themselves without the funds to cover medical bills. They had to turn to their children for help, which strained their relationships and left the children feeling overwhelmed. The situation not only affected John and Mary's dignity, but also placed an emotional and financial burden on their children, who were just starting their own families. Maintaining financial independence is essential for aging with dignity. It allows parents to make choices about their care and lifestyle without relying on their children. By ensuring they have sufficient savings, parents can enjoy their later years without the stress of financial insecurity. This independence not only benefits them, but also fosters healthier relationships with their children, who can focus on their own lives without the added pressure of supporting aging parents. In conclusion, while supporting children is a natural instinct, it is vital for parents to strike a balance. By prioritizing their own financial health, they can ensure a stable and dignified future for themselves, free from the worry of becoming a burden. In a small town, there lived a couple named Maria and Tom. They were hardworking parents who dedicated their lives to raising their two children, Sarah and Jake. From the moment they became parents, Maria and Tom made sacrifices to ensure their children had everything they needed. They worked long hours, often taking on extra jobs, to provide for their family. However, in their quest to give their children a better life, they often overlooked their own needs, including the importance of having a stable home. For years, Maria and Tom rented a modest apartment. They dreamed of owning a home, a place where they could create lasting memories and feel secure. But every time they saved a little money, an unexpected expense would arise: medical bills, car repairs, or school fees. They always put their children first, believing that their sacrifices would lead to a brighter future for Sarah and Jake. As the years went by, Sarah and Jake grew up and eventually left for college. Maria and Tom were proud of their children, but they also felt a sense of emptiness in their hearts. They had poured so much into their kids that they had neglected their own dreams. When Sarah and Jake graduated and started their own lives, they were excited for their children but also anxious about what lay ahead for themselves. With their children gone, Maria and Tom found themselves in a difficult situation. They had always planned to buy a home once their kids were settled, but now they faced the reality of aging without a stable residence. They continued to rent, but the uncertainty of their living situation weighed heavily on them. The landlord raised the rent, and they worried about being forced to move again. Each time they received a notice, their hearts sank, knowing that they had no place to call their own. As time passed, Maria and Tom began to feel the effects of their sacrifices. They had given everything to their children, but when they needed support, they found themselves alone. Sarah and Jake were busy with their own lives, and while they loved their parents, they didn't fully understand the emotional toll of their parents' sacrifices. Maria and Tom felt rejected, as if their years of hard work and love had gone unnoticed. One day, Maria received a call from her landlord. The rent was going up again, and they would need to move out in just a few months. Panic set in. They had no savings left, and the thought of searching for a new place at their age was daunting. They felt lost and vulnerable, realizing that their lack of a stable home had left them exposed to the whims of others. In contrast, they often thought about how different their lives could have been if they had prioritized owning a home. A modest house, even a small one, would have provided them with a sense of security and independence. They could have painted the walls their favorite colors, planted a garden, and created a space that truly felt like theirs. Instead, they were left feeling like guests in their own lives, always at the mercy of a landlord. As the months went by, Maria and Tom faced the reality of their situation. They had to move into a small, cramped apartment in a less desirable part of town. The stress of packing and relocating at their age took a toll on their health. They felt the weight of their sacrifices, and the emotional strain of feeling unwanted by their own children was almost unbearable. In the end, Maria and Tom learned a hard lesson about the importance of stability in old age. They realized that having a home is not just about having a roof over one's head. It's about creating a sanctuary where one can feel safe, loved, and at peace. They wish they had made different choices, prioritizing their own needs alongside their children's. A stable residence would have given them the independence and comfort they craved, allowing them to enjoy their later years without fear or anxiety. As they settled into their new temporary apartment, they held on to the hope that one day they might find a place to call their own. They learned to cherish the small moments together, finding joy in each other's company despite the hardships they faced. They understood that while they had sacrificed for their children, they also needed to care for themselves, and that stability was essential for their well-being. In the end, Maria and Tom's story serves as a reminder of the significance of having a stable residence in old age. It is a lesson about balance, love, and the importance of creating a secure foundation for oneself, even while nurturing the dreams of others. As we age, maintaining good health becomes increasingly important. Good health not only allows us to enjoy life, but also reduces the burden on our loved ones. When a parent falls ill, it can create significant financial and emotional strain on the entire family. For instance, consider a family where the mother developed a chronic illness. The medical bills piled up quickly, and her children had to take time off work to help care for her. This situation not only drained their savings but also caused stress and anxiety as they worried about their mother's well-being and their own financial stability. When we prioritize our health, we can help prevent such scenarios. Staying healthy allows us to maintain our independence and dignity as we age. It means we can continue to participate in activities we love and avoid becoming a burden to our children. To achieve this, focusing on a balanced diet, staying hydrated, and getting enough rest is essential. Eating a variety of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins can provide the nutrients our bodies need to function well. Drinking plenty of water helps keep our bodies hydrated, which is crucial for overall health. Additionally, ensuring we get adequate sleep allows our bodies to recover and rejuvenate. By taking these simple steps, we can significantly improve our health and well-being as we age. This not only enhances our quality of life, but also eases the worries of our family members, allowing them to focus on their own lives without the added stress of caring for an ill parent. Ultimately, good health is a gift we give to ourselves and our loved ones, fostering a sense of independence. As we age, the relationships we have with our children can shift in unexpected ways. Imagine a woman named Helen, who is in her late 60s. Helen has always been an independent person, but after her husband passed away, She found herself leaning more on her daughter, Sarah, and at first it felt natural for Helen to ask Sarah for help with errands, household chores, and even emotional support. However, as time went on, Helen began to rely on Sarah for almost everything. She would call her multiple times a day, seeking advice on simple decisions or asking her to come over to help with tasks that she could still manage on her own. Sarah, who was busy with her own job and family, started to feel overwhelmed. What began as a loving relationship turned into a source of stress for both of them. Helen felt lonely and anxious when Sarah wasn't available, while Sarah felt guilty for not being able to meet her mother's needs. This cycle of dependence created tension and resentment, making their time together less enjoyable. Instead of sharing laughter and stories, their conversations often revolved around what needed to be done or how Helen felt abandoned. This story highlights how excessive dependence can strain family relationships. It's crucial for aging parents like Helen to find a balance between seeking help and maintaining their independence. By handling their own affairs, they not only preserve their dignity, but also allow their children to thrive in their own lives. When parents take charge of their own needs, it fosters respect and positivity in the relationship. Children can feel proud of their parents' independence, and parents can enjoy a sense of accomplishment and self-worth. Setting healthy boundaries is essential. It's okay to ask for help when needed, but it's equally important to recognize when you can manage on your own. This approach not only eases the logistical burden on children, but also nurtures a more harmonious family dynamic. When parents live their lives fully and independently, they create space for their children to grow, leading to a more respectful and loving relationship. In the end, living your own life well is not just beneficial for you. It enriches the lives of your children too. It allows for deeper connections based on mutual respect rather than obligation. So, embrace your independence, handle your affairs, and enjoy the beautiful relationships that can flourish when boundaries are respected. Excessive control over adult children can create significant challenges in family relationships. When parents micromanage their adult children, it often leads to feelings of frustration and resentment. Adult children may feel that their parents do not trust them to make their own decisions, which can damage the bond between them. This constant oversight can make children feel like they are still being treated as kids, rather than as independent adults capable of handling their own lives. Unsolicited advice can also be harmful. While parents may have good intentions, offering advice without being asked can come across as judgmental or controlling. This can lead to a breakdown in communication, where children may feel they cannot share their thoughts or struggles for fear of being criticized or told what to do. Instead of fostering a supportive environment, it can create a sense of distance and misunderstanding. Encouraging autonomy is essential for the growth of adult children. When parents step back and allow their children to make their own choices, it helps them develop confidence and decision-making skills. Trusting them to navigate their own paths shows that parents believe in their abilities. This trust can strengthen the relationship as it builds mutual respect and understanding. Supporting independence does not mean abandoning children in difficult times. Instead, it means being there as a safety net, ready to offer help when it is genuinely needed, but allowing them to take the lead in their lives. This approach fosters a healthier dynamic where both parents and children can communicate openly and honestly. In conclusion, stepping back and allowing adult children to make their own decisions is vital for their growth and for maintaining a strong relationship. By trusting them and encouraging their independence, parents can create a more respectful and understanding environment that benefits everyone involved. Setting realistic financial expectations with adult children is essential for fostering a healthy relationship and promoting their independence. When parents openly discuss their financial boundaries and limitations, it helps to avoid misunderstandings that can lead to frustration or resentment. Many young adults may have different ideas about what financial support looks like, and without clear communication, they might assume that their parents can or will provide more than they actually can. Encouraging open conversations about money can help both parents and children understand each other's perspectives. It allows parents to express their own financial situation and the reasons behind their decisions. This transparency can help children appreciate the value of money and the effort it takes to earn it. When children understand their parents' financial realities, they are less likely to expect support that is unrealistic or unsustainable. Moreover, parents should resist the urge to enable financial dependence. While it can be tempting to help out whenever a child faces a financial challenge, doing so can prevent them from learning important life skills. Instead of providing constant financial support, parents can promote their children's self-sufficiency by teaching them how to budget, save, and invest. These skills are crucial for navigating adult life and can empower children to make informed financial decisions. By guiding children in developing good financial habits, parents can help them build a strong foundation for their future. This approach not only prepares them for independence, but also fosters a sense of responsibility and confidence in managing their own finances. Ultimately, the goal is to raise financially savvy adults who can stand on their own 2 feet, rather than relying on their parents for ongoing support. In conclusion, setting realistic financial expectations and encouraging open communication about money can strengthen family relationships and promote financial independence. By teaching budgeting, saving, and investing, parents can help their children become self-sufficient and responsible adults. Constant criticism can have a deeply negative impact on a child's emotional well-being. When children are frequently criticized, they may begin to feel inadequate and develop a negative self-image. For instance, if a child is always told that their artwork is not good enough or that they are not performing well in school, they might start to believe that they are not capable of achieving anything. This can lead to feelings of anxiety, sadness, and even depression. Over time, the child may become withdrawn, lose interest in activities they once enjoyed, and struggle to form healthy relationships with others. In contrast, a positive approach to parenting can significantly enhance a child's self-esteem and emotional health. For example, if a child completes a homework assignment, a parent can say, "I am so proud of you for finishing your work. You really put in a lot of effort." This kind of acknowledgement helps the child feel valued and encourages them to keep trying. Avoiding comparisons is also crucial. When parents compare their children to others, it can create feelings of inadequacy. Instead of saying, "Why can't you be more like your friend who gets straight A's?" a parent could focus on the child's unique strengths. For instance, if a child struggles in math but excels in art, a parent might say, "I love how creative you are. Your drawings are amazing, and I can see how hard you are working in math too." This approach not only boosts the child's confidence in their abilities, but also helps them understand that everyone has different talents. Providing constructive feedback is another essential aspect of positive parenting. Instead of simply pointing out what a child did wrong, parents can guide them on how to improve. For example, if a child makes a mistake in a game, a parent might say, "I noticed you were really close to winning. Next time, try to focus on your strategy a bit more." This way, the child learns from their mistakes without feeling defeated. Using positive reinforcement builds resilience and confidence. When children feel supported and encouraged, they are more likely to take risks and try new things. For instance, a child who receives praise for trying out for a school play, regardless of whether they get a part, learns that effort is what truly matters. This fosters a growth mindset where they understand that they can improve through practice and perseverance. Ultimately, a strong parent-child relationship is built on trust and support. When children know that their parents believe in them, they feel safe to express themselves and explore their interests. This bond can lead to open communication, where children feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment. In summary, while constant criticism can harm a child's emotional well-being, a positive approach to parenting that focuses on recognizing achievements, avoiding comparisons, and providing constructive feedback can significantly enhance a child's self-esteem and resilience. This nurturing environment not only helps children grow into confident individuals, but also strengthens the relationship between parent and child. As we age, maintaining a positive relationship with our children becomes increasingly important. The key principles to nurture these connections revolve around financial stability, health, independence, and positive interactions. Financial stability allows us to feel secure and less burdensome to our children, fostering a sense of mutual respect and understanding. When we take care of our health, we not only enhance our own quality of life, but also show our children that we value our time together. Independence is crucial. It empowers us to live fulfilling lives while allowing our children to see us as capable individuals, rather than solely as dependents. Positive interactions are the heart of any relationship. Engaging in meaningful conversations, sharing experiences, and creating joyful memories can strengthen the bond we have with our children. It's essential to listen actively and show appreciation for their thoughts and feelings, as this builds trust and openness. Reflecting on these principles can help us create a fulfilling, harmonious, and happy later life. By focusing on our well-being and nurturing our relationships, we can ensure that our connections with our children remain strong and loving. I encourage you to think about these lessons and how you can apply them in your own life. Share your takeaways with others and embrace these principles to enrich your relationships and enjoy a. Thank you so much for joining us in that deep dive into the challenges of maintaining inner peace amidst life struggles. We've explored how crucial it is to be mindful of the people we surround ourselves with, as certain relationships can drain our energy and disrupt our tranquility. Now that we've wrapped up that important discussion, let's shift gears and delve into a new topic that complements what we've just covered. As we navigate through life, the quest for fulfillment often leads us to the value of solitude. It's in those quiet moments that we can truly reflect, recharge, and reconnect with ourselves. So, stick around as we uncover practical tips on how to embrace solitude and cultivate a more peaceful existence. You won't want to miss this, as it could be the key to unlocking a more fulfilling life. Let's jump right in. As people reach the age of 50 and beyond, the importance of being mindful about who they invite into their homes becomes increasingly significant. At this stage in life, homes often transform into sanctuaries, places where peace, security, and cherished memories reside. After years of building a life filled with experiences, relationships, and personal growth, the home becomes a reflection of one's journey. It is a space where individuals can unwind, feel safe, and connect with their loved ones. Being selective about the company we keep is essential, because the people we entertain can greatly influence our emotional well-being. The energy and attitudes of our guests can either uplift us or drain our spirits. As we age, we often become more attuned to our feelings and the dynamics of our relationships. This self-awareness allows us to recognize which interactions bring joy and which ones may lead to stress or discomfort. It is crucial to surround ourselves with those who respect our space, share our values, and contribute positively to our lives. Moreover, as aspirations evolve in this stage of life, so too do the types of relationships we seek. Many individuals over 50 find themselves reflecting on their priorities and what truly matters to them. This period can be a time of rediscovery, where one might pursue new interests, hobbies, or friendships that align more closely with their current self. Inviting the right people into our homes can support this journey, fostering an environment that encourages growth and happiness. The impact of our social circles on our emotional health cannot be overstated. Positive relationships can enhance our sense of belonging and purpose, while negative ones can lead to feelings of isolation or anxiety. By being mindful of who we entertain, we create a nurturing atmosphere that promotes serenity and joy. This intentionality not only protects our mental space, but also honors the memories we have built over the years, allowing us to continue creating new ones in a supportive environment. In conclusion, as we navigate this enriching phase of life, it is vital to be discerning about the company we keep. Our homes should remain places of comfort and joy, reflecting the peace we seek and the aspirations we hold dear. By choosing our guests wisely, we can cultivate a sanctuary that nurtures our emotional well-being and enriches our lives. In our daily lives, we often encounter people who seem to radiate negativity. Their words and actions can weigh heavily on our spirits, making it essential to recognize the impact they have on our well-being. Avoiding individuals who spread negative energy is not just a matter of preference. It is a crucial step in preserving our mental and emotional health. When we surround ourselves with positivity, we create a supportive environment that helps us navigate challenges more effectively. Positivity acts as a shield, allowing us to face difficulties with a sense of hope and determination. It fuels our resilience, enabling us to bounce back from setbacks and maintain a clear focus on our goals. On the other hand, negativity can erode our optimism and increase feelings of anxiety. When we are constantly exposed to pessimistic viewpoints, it becomes harder to see the silver lining in any situation. This shift in perspective can disrupt our peace of mind, leaving us feeling overwhelmed and drained. The energy we absorb from those around us can significantly influence our thoughts and emotions. If we allow negative individuals to dominate our interactions, we risk losing our sense of joy and purpose. By distancing ourselves from those who bring negativity into our lives, we protect our mental space and emotional well-being. It is important to remember that we have the power to choose who we allow into our inner circle. Surrounding ourselves with uplifting and encouraging people not only enhances our mood, but also fosters a sense of community and belonging. In this way, we can cultivate an environment that nurtures growth, creativity, and happiness. Ultimately, prioritizing our mental health means recognizing the importance of positive relationships. By consciously choosing to distance ourselves from negativity, we open the door to a more fulfilling and peaceful life. This choice is not always easy, but it is necessary for our overall well-being. Embracing positivity allows us to thrive, even in the face of challenges, and helps us maintain a sense of balance and tranquility in our lives. In life, we often encounter individuals whose primary focus is on their own gain, driven by a deep-seated greed. This greed can manifest in various ways, such as manipulation, deceit, and a lack of genuine concern for others. When people prioritize their personal interests over relationships, it can lead to a breakdown of trust and a sense of betrayal. These individuals may charm their way into our lives, but their true intentions often revolve around what they can extract from us, whether it be time, resources, or emotional support. The impact of associating with greedy individuals can be profound. Their relentless pursuit of personal gain can create an environment filled with tension and competition rather than support and collaboration. This atmosphere can erode the bonds that hold relationships together, leading to feelings of resentment and disillusionment. When trust is broken, it becomes challenging to maintain harmony, not just in friendships, but also within families. The emotional toll can be significant, as the constant worry about being taken advantage of can overshadow moments of joy and peace. Moreover, being around exploitative individuals can corrupt our own values and perspectives. We may find ourselves questioning our own intentions and becoming more guarded, which can hinder our ability to form genuine connections with others. This shift can lead to isolation and a sense of loneliness, as we become wary of opening up to anyone, fearing they might have ulterior motives. To protect our emotional well-being and the health of our family relationships, it is essential to maintain a distance from those who exhibit greedy behaviors. By doing so, we create space for positive influences and nurturing connections that foster love, trust, and mutual respect. Surrounding ourselves with individuals who prioritize relationships over personal gain allows us to cultivate a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Ultimately, choosing to distance ourselves from exploitative individuals is not just about self-preservation. It is about creating an environment where happiness can thrive. Two-faced people can be incredibly dangerous, often lurking in the shadows of our social circles, ready to create discord and manipulate trust. These individuals wear a mask of friendliness, but behind that facade lies a willingness to spread falsehoods and gossip. They thrive on deceit, using it as a tool to sow seeds of conflict among friends, family, or colleagues. Their actions can be subtle at first, perhaps starting with a seemingly innocent comment or whispered rumor. However, as they continue to twist the truth, the damage they cause can be profound. The psychological impact of their behavior is significant. Trust, once broken, is hard to rebuild. When someone we thought we could rely on turns out to be two-faced, it can lead to feelings of betrayal, confusion, and even isolation. Victims of such manipulation may find themselves questioning their own judgment and feeling anxious about their relationships. The atmosphere becomes charged with suspicion, and the peace that once existed is replaced by tension and uncertainty. It is crucial to recognize the signs of these toxic individuals and to protect our peace and trust. Keeping them out of our lives is not just a matter of personal preference. It is a necessary step to maintain healthy relationships and a harmonious environment. By setting clear boundaries and being vigilant about who we allow into our inner circles, we can safeguard ourselves from the harm that two-faced people can inflict. Ultimately, fostering an atmosphere of honesty and openness is essential for our well-being and the well-being of those around us. Emotional manipulators are individuals who exploit the feelings and vulnerabilities of others to gain control or benefit from a relationship. They often appear charming and caring at first, but their true intentions can be harmful. These manipulators prey on the insecurities and weaknesses of those around them, creating a web of confusion and dependency that can be difficult to escape. They may use tactics such as guilt, fear, or flattery to influence their victims, making it hard for them to see the situation clearly. One common strategy employed by emotional manipulators is to create a sense of obligation. They may do something nice for you, only to later remind you of their kindness in a way that makes you feel guilty for not reciprocating. This can lead to a cycle where you feel compelled to meet their demands. even if it comes at the expense of your own needs and well-being. Over time, this can erode your self-esteem and make you doubt your own feelings and perceptions. Another tactic is gaslighting, where the manipulator distorts reality to make you question your own thoughts and feelings. They might deny things they said or did, leaving you feeling confused and unsure of yourself. This can create a power imbalance in the relationship, where the manipulator holds the upper hand and you feel trapped in a state of uncertainty. The emotional toll of such manipulation can be significant, leading to anxiety, depression, and a sense of isolation. It is crucial to recognize the signs of emotional manipulation to protect your relationships and emotional health. Pay attention to how you feel after interactions with certain individuals. If you often feel drained, confused, or guilty, it may be a sign that you are dealing with a manipulator. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Setting boundaries is essential. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding, not on control and fear. Safeguarding family harmony and emotional well-being requires vigilance. It is important to identify toxic influences and take steps to remove them from your life. This may mean distancing yourself from certain individuals or having difficult conversations about their behavior. Surround yourself with supportive people who respect your feelings and encourage your growth. Building a strong support network can help you regain your confidence and clarity. Ultimately, protecting yourself from emotional manipulators is about valuing your own feelings and well-being. It is essential to foster relationships that uplift and empower you rather than drain your energy and self-worth. By being aware of the tactics used by emotional manipulators and taking proactive steps to safeguard your emotional health, you can create a more harmonious and fulfilling life. Life is often filled with challenges that can feel overwhelming and daunting. Yet, if we take a moment to reflect, we can see that these hardships are not just obstacles, they are opportunities for growth. Each struggle we face has the potential to teach us something valuable about ourselves and the world around us. When we encounter difficulties, it is easy to feel lost or defeated, but it is important to remember that every hardship is temporary. Just as storms pass and give way to clear skies, our struggles too will eventually fade. In the midst of our challenges, we often discover strengths we never knew we had. We learn resilience, patience, and the ability to adapt. These lessons shape us, helping us to become more compassionate and understanding individuals. When we embrace our struggles, we open ourselves up to self-improvement. We begin to see that every setback can lead to a new beginning, a chance to redefine our paths and pursue our dreams with renewed vigor. It is natural to feel uncertain when faced with adversity. However, embracing that uncertainty can lead to profound personal growth. Trusting that brighter days are ahead allows us to navigate through the darkness with hope. Each step we take, no matter how small, brings us closer to a place of healing and renewal. By acknowledging our challenges and viewing them as stepping stones rather than barriers, we can cultivate a mindset that welcomes change and transformation. So, as we journey through life, let us remember that our struggles are not the end of our story. They are merely chapters that contribute to the richness of our experiences. Embracing the lessons that come with hardship can lead us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world. With each challenge we face, we are given the chance to grow, to learn, and to emerge stronger than before. Trust in the process, and know that brighter days are indeed ahead. Life often presents us with challenges that can feel overwhelming, and during these times, it's easy to view pain as something purely negative. However, if we shift our perspective, we can see that pain and difficulties are often essential parts of our growth. Just like diamonds, which are formed under immense pressure, our struggles can lead to the development of our inner strength and resilience. The process of a diamond forming takes time and requires the right conditions, but the result is something beautiful and valuable. Similarly, when we face tough situations, we are often being shaped into stronger versions of ourselves. Consider the journey of a butterfly. It starts as a caterpillar, a creature that must go through a significant transformation. Inside the cocoon, the caterpillar experiences a struggle as it breaks free, and this struggle is crucial. If someone were to help the butterfly out of the cocoon, it would not develop the strength it needs to fly. The challenges it faces during this metamorphosis are what prepare it for its new life. In the same way, our own struggles can prepare us for the next chapter of our lives, helping us to emerge stronger and more capable. Embracing difficulties can be a powerful mindset shift. Instead of seeing pain as a roadblock, We can view it as a stepping stone toward personal evolution. Each challenge we face can teach us valuable lessons about ourselves and the world around us. When we learn to navigate through tough times, we build resilience, which is like a muscle that grows stronger with use. So, the next time you encounter a difficult situation, try to remember that this is a part of your journey. Just as diamonds and butterflies emerge from their trials transformed, so too can you. Embrace the challenges, knowing that they are shaping you into the person you are meant to be. Scars are often seen as marks of injury, reminders of pain and suffering. However, when we look deeper, we can see that they symbolize resilience and strength. Each scar tells a story, a narrative of challenges faced and battles fought. They are not just physical reminders of what we have endured. They represent the emotional and mental journeys we have taken to overcome adversity. When we encounter hardships, whether they come from mistakes we've made or circumstances beyond our control, we are given a choice. We can let these experiences define us in a negative way, or we can use them as stepping stones toward growth. Each challenge we face has the potential to shape our character, teaching us valuable lessons about ourselves and the world around us. Just like a tree that grows stronger in the face of harsh winds, we too can emerge from our struggles more resilient and wise. Scars remind us of our ability to heal. They show that we have faced difficulties and come out on the other side, often with a deeper understanding of life. When we look at our scars, we can remember the moments that tested us, the times we felt like giving up, and the strength we found to keep going. These reminders can serve as motivation, pushing us to strive for better days ahead. They encourage us to embrace our past, not as a burden, but as a source of power that fuels our future. Moreover, scars can foster empathy and connection with others. When we share our stories of hardship and resilience, we create bonds with those who have faced similar struggles. Our scars become a bridge, allowing us to support one another and remind each other that we are not alone in our battles. In this way, our past struggles can transform into a source of inspiration, not just for ourselves, but for those around us. In conclusion, scars are much more than mere reminders of pain. They are symbols of our journey through life. They reflect our resilience, the strength we have gained, and the wisdom we have acquired. By embracing our scars and the stories they tell, we can use our past struggles as motivation for future growth, turning our challenges into a powerful force for positive change. Maintaining a positive mindset can be challenging, especially when faced with negativity from others. It's important to remember that the attitudes and behaviors of those around us often reflect their own struggles and insecurities. When someone expresses doubt or negativity, it usually stems from their personal experiences and feelings, not from a true assessment of our worth or potential. Understanding this can help us separate ourselves from their opinions. Our self-worth should not be tied to how others perceive us. Instead, we should focus on our own goals and aspirations. Each of us has a unique path, and it's essential to stay committed to our journey, regardless of external influences. Resilience is key in these moments. When negativity arises, we can choose to acknowledge it without letting it seep into our self-esteem. By surrounding ourselves with positivity, whether through supportive friends, uplifting activities, or inspiring content, we can create a buffer against the negativity that may come our way. It's also helpful to remind ourselves of our achievements and the progress we've made. Celebrating small victories can reinforce our belief in ourselves and our capabilities. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and responses, we can maintain our inner peace and continue moving forward. In the end, it's about choosing to rise above the noise and distractions. Letting go of the negativity from others allows us to cultivate a mindset that is focused on growth and positivity. We have the power to shape our own reality, and by doing so, we can inspire others to do the same. Life is full of small struggles that can often feel overwhelming. However, if we take a moment to step back and look at these challenges, we can see them as meaningful steps forward. Each struggle we face can act as a stepping stone for our growth and progress. When we encounter difficulties, it's easy to feel defeated or discouraged. But what if we chose to view these moments as opportunities instead? For instance, think about learning to ride a bike. At first, it can be tough. You might fall a few times, scrape your knees, and feel frustrated. But each time you get back up, you are not just trying again, you are learning. You start to understand how to balance better, how to steer, and how to pedal smoothly. Those falls are not failures. They are essential parts of the learning process. Eventually, you find yourself riding confidently, and you realize that those small struggles were necessary for your success. Similarly, in our daily lives, we face challenges that can feel like setbacks. Maybe you didn't get the job you wanted, or perhaps a project didn't go as planned. It's easy to see these moments as failures, but they can actually be valuable lessons. Each setback gives you a chance to reflect on what went wrong and how you can improve. You might discover new skills you need to develop or different approaches to take in the future. This process of learning and adapting builds resilience, making you stronger and more prepared for whatever comes next. Consider someone who is training for a marathon. The journey is filled with tough days, days when the body aches, when motivation wanes, or when the weather is uncooperative. Yet, each of these struggles is a part of the training. They teach the runner about endurance, discipline, and the importance of pushing through discomfort. When race day finally arrives, all those small struggles transform into a powerful sense of achievement. By reframing our setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow, we can shift our perspective. Instead of feeling defeated, we can embrace the idea that every challenge is a chance to improve ourselves. This mindset not only helps us navigate our current struggles, but also prepares us for future ones. Life is a journey filled with ups and downs, and it's the persistence through those downs that often leads to the most rewarding experiences. So, the next time you face a small struggle, remember that it is not just an obstacle but a stepping stone on your path. Embrace the lessons it brings and allow it to shape you into a more resilient person. Each challenge you overcome adds to your strength and wisdom, guiding you toward a brighter future. Embracing solitude can be one of the most beautiful gifts we can give ourselves. In a world that often feels noisy and chaotic, finding time to be alone allows us to step back and truly listen to our own thoughts and feelings. When we are alone, we create a space where self-discovery can flourish. It is in these quiet moments that we can explore who we really are, away from the expectations and opinions of others. We can ask ourselves important questions, reflect on our dreams, and understand our desires without distraction. Solitude brings a sense of inner peace that is hard to find in the hustle and bustle of daily life. When we are alone, we can breathe deeply and let go of the stress that often clings to us. This peace allows us to connect with our inner selves, to feel our emotions fully, and to understand them better. In solitude, we can find clarity. We can sort through our thoughts and feelings, and in doing so, we often discover answers that have been hidden beneath the surface. This journey inward can lead to profound insights about our lives and our choices. Letting go of attachments is another important aspect of embracing solitude. In our busy lives, we often cling to people, possessions, and routines that may not serve us well. Solitude teaches us to release these attachments, helping us to understand that our worth is not tied to external factors. When we learn to be content in our own company, we build a sense of strength that comes from within. This strength is empowering. It allows us to face challenges with confidence and resilience. We begin to realize that we are enough just as we are. As we spend more time in solitude, we also cultivate wisdom. The quiet moments give us the opportunity to reflect on our experiences, to learn from our mistakes, and to grow. We start to see life from a different perspective, one that is shaped by our own understanding rather than the influence of others. This wisdom helps us make better choices and navigate our paths with greater intention. Moreover, solitude offers a unique kind of freedom. When we are alone, we are free from the pressures of social expectations. We can pursue our interests, explore our creativity, and engage in activities that bring us joy without worrying about what others think. This freedom allows us to express ourselves authentically, leading to a deeper sense of fulfillment. In a society that often values constant connection and busyness, it is essential to recognize the transformative power of solitude. It is not a sign of loneliness, but rather an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. By embracing solitude, we can find strength, wisdom, and a profound sense of freedom that enriches our lives. So, let us cherish those moments of quiet, for they hold the key to understanding ourselves and the world around us. Life is filled with journeys that shape who we are, and among the most profound of these are birth and death. These experiences, while surrounded by others, are ultimately solitary. When we come into the world, it is just us taking our first breath, and when we leave, it is often a personal journey that we must face alone. This truth highlights the importance of solitude in our lives. Mastering solitude can lead to a deep sense of inner harmony. When we learn to be comfortable with ourselves, we discover our true thoughts and feelings. This self-awareness fosters resilience, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with strength. In moments of solitude, we can reflect, recharge, and find clarity. It is in these quiet times that we often uncover our deepest strengths and learn to trust ourselves. On the other hand, relying too much on others can make us vulnerable. While companionship is valuable, depending solely on others for our happiness can lead to disappointment and stress. People change, relationships can falter, and external support may not always be available when we need it most. When we place our happiness in the hands of others, we risk feeling lost and anxious when they are not there. Finding contentment and strength within ourselves is essential. It allows us to stand firm in the face of adversity and to celebrate our successes without needing constant validation from others. When we cultivate a strong sense of self, we become less affected by the ups and downs of relationships. We learn to appreciate our own company and to find joy in our own achievements. In the end, embracing solitude is not about isolation. It is about understanding and nurturing our inner selves. It is a journey that leads to greater resilience and a more profound sense of peace. By learning to rely on ourselves, we can face life's greatest challenges with confidence and grace. Solitude is often seen as a lonely place, but it can be a powerful source of wisdom and freedom. When we take time to be alone, we create space for our thoughts and feelings to unfold. In this quiet, we can find clarity. The noise of the world fades away, allowing us to hear our own voice more clearly. This is where we can truly understand ourselves, our desires, and our dreams. Being alone gives us the chance to practice self-mastery. In solitude, we can reflect on our actions and choices without distractions. We can learn from our mistakes and celebrate our successes. This process helps us grow stronger and more resilient. We discover that we are capable of facing challenges on our own, which builds our confidence and independence. Embracing solitude is not just about being alone. It is about finding peace within ourselves. It is a time to recharge and reconnect with what truly matters. In these moments, we can explore our passions, dive into our creativity, and nurture our inner thoughts. This journey inward can lead to profound insights and a deeper understanding of who we are. So, I encourage you to welcome solitude into your life. See it as an opportunity for growth rather than something to fear. Allow yourself to sit in silence, to think, and to feel. You may be surprised by the strength and clarity that emerge from these moments. Remember, in solitude, you can thrive independently, finding the courage to embrace your true self. In our journey through life, we often encounter individuals who drain our energy, manipulate our emotions, and exploit our kindness. These negative influences can cloud our judgment and hinder our personal growth. It is essential to recognize these patterns and take a step back, allowing ourselves the space to breathe and reflect. Embracing solitude can be a powerful antidote to the chaos that surrounds us. In moments of quiet, we can reconnect with our true selves, gain clarity, and cultivate a sense of peace that is often lost in the noise of toxic relationships. Choosing to prioritize our well-being means surrounding ourselves with positivity and nurturing connections that uplift us. It is in this pursuit of harmony that we can truly flourish, discovering our passions and strengths without the weight of negativity holding us back. Solitude is not a sign of loneliness. Rather, it is an opportunity for introspection and personal growth. It allows us to understand our values, set boundaries, and make choices that align with our authentic selves. As you reflect on these lessons, consider how you can apply them to your own life. Take a moment to evaluate the relationships you nurture and the environments you inhabit. Are they fostering your growth, or are they stifling your spirit? Embrace the transformative power of solitude and let it guide you toward a life filled with peace and harmony. Remember, you have the strength to choose who and what you allow into your life. Let this be your call to action. Take a step back, breathe deeply, and reflect on the wisdom shared. Commit to prioritizing your well-being and personal growth, and watch as your life transforms in beautiful ways. The journey may not always be easy, but it is undoubtedly worth it. Thank you so much for joining us in that enlightening exploration of kindness and its multifaceted impact on our lives. We've delved deep into how this seemingly simple virtue can sometimes lead to unexpected challenges, especially for those in the 65 to 80 age group. It's fascinating, isn't it? Now that we've wrapped up that discussion, let's shift gears and consider a thought-provoking question. Have you ever wondered if being too kind could actually ruin your life? As we transition into our next segment, we'll uncover the overlooked side of kindness and how it can unintentionally affect our well-being, relationships, and even our self-worth. This is a topic that deserves our attention, especially as we navigate the complexities of human interaction. So, stay with us as we explore practical insights that will empower you to protect yourself while still embracing the values of kindness that enrich our lives. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Kindness is often celebrated as a virtue, a quality that fosters connection and community. However, when taken to extremes, it can lead to unintended consequences, particularly when individuals overextend themselves by constantly prioritizing the needs of others over their own. Initially, saying yes to every request may feel rewarding. It can create a sense of purpose and fulfillment, as if you are making a significant difference in the lives of those around you. This eagerness to help can be intoxicating, reinforcing a positive self-image and deepening relationships. Yet, as the demands pile up, the initial satisfaction can quickly morph into a heavy burden. Over time, this pattern of self-neglect can blur personal boundaries, making it increasingly difficult to discern where your responsibilities end and others begin. The relentless cycle of accommodating others can lead to physical exhaustion as your body struggles to keep pace with the demands placed upon it. Emotional stress follows closely behind, manifesting as anxiety, irritability, or even resentment towards those you once sought to help. The very kindness that once fueled your spirit can become a source of depletion, leaving you feeling drained and overwhelmed. Learning to say no is often perceived as selfish, yet it is, in fact, an essential act of self-preservation. By establishing boundaries, you create a space where your own needs can be acknowledged and addressed. This practice not only protects your well-being, but also enhances your ability to be genuinely present and supportive when you do choose to help others. Embracing the power of no fosters long-term emotional resilience and balance, allowing you to engage in acts of kindness without sacrificing your own health and happiness. Ultimately, recognizing that your well-being is just as important as that of others is a crucial step. In a world that often feels rushed and self-centered, kindness can be a refreshing balm. It starts with small, innocent gestures, offering to help a colleague with a project, lending a listening ear to a friend in distress, or even volunteering for a community event. These acts of generosity can create a sense of connection and fulfillment, reinforcing the idea that we are part of something larger than ourselves. However, what begins as a simple act of kindness can sometimes spiral into a cycle of unreasonable demands, leaving the giver feeling drained and undervalued. Imagine a scenario where you help a coworker meet a tight deadline, and initially, it feels rewarding to lend a hand, and your colleague expresses gratitude. But as time goes on, that one favor turns into a pattern. Your coworker begins to rely on you for every project, expecting you to drop your own responsibilities to assist them. What started as a small act of kindness morphs into an unspoken obligation, and soon you find yourself overwhelmed, juggling your own tasks while constantly accommodating theirs. The joy of helping fades, replaced by a sense of resentment and exhaustion. This dynamic can extend beyond the workplace, seeping into personal relationships as well. A friend may ask for a small favor, like borrowing a book or needing a ride. You oblige, feeling good about being helpful, but before long, those small requests escalate. Can you babysit on short notice? Can you lend money? Can you help them move? Each time you say yes, you chip away at your own time and energy, often without realizing it, until you're left feeling stretched thin and unappreciated. Recognizing when your kindness is being exploited is crucial. It requires a level of self-awareness and honesty about your own limits. If you find yourself feeling resentful or overwhelmed, it's a sign that your generosity may be taken for granted. The key to breaking this cycle lies in assertiveness and boundary setting. It's essential to communicate your limits clearly and to say no when necessary. This doesn't mean you have to stop being kind. Rather, it means you're prioritizing your own well-being and ensuring that your kindness is a choice, not an obligation. Standing up for yourself protects your time, energy, and emotional health. It allows you to engage in acts of kindness that are genuine and fulfilling rather than burdensome. When you set boundaries, you create a healthier dynamic in your relationships, where your generosity is appreciated rather than expected. Remember, it's perfectly acceptable to prioritize your own needs and to assertively communicate when you cannot take on more. By doing so, you not only safeguard your own well-being, but also model healthy behavior for others, encouraging them to respect their own limits as well. In the end, kindness should uplift both the giver and the receiver. By recognizing when your generosity is being exploited and learning to assert your boundaries, you can cultivate relationships that are mutually respectful and rewarding. Embrace the power of saying no when necessary, and watch as your emotional health flourishes alongside your capacity for genuine kindness. Excessive kindness, while often seen as a virtue, can sometimes lead to unexpected emotional turmoil. When individuals prioritize the needs and desires of others at the expense of their own well-being, they may initially feel a sense of fulfillment or purpose. However, over time, this self-neglect can breed unspoken frustration and resentment. The act of constantly putting others first can create an internal conflict, where the kind-hearted individual feels increasingly drained and unappreciated. As they continue to give without receiving, the imbalance becomes more pronounced. Resentment often arises when kindness is unreciprocated or undervalued. The person who has been generous with their time, energy, or resources may begin to feel taken for granted, leading to a simmering anger that can strain relationships. This emotional burden can manifest in subtle ways, such as passive-aggressive comments or withdrawal from social interactions, ultimately creating a rift between the giver and those they seek to support. To prevent these negative emotions from taking root, it is crucial to embrace self-care, clear communication, and the establishment of boundaries. Self-care is not selfish. It is a necessary practice that allows individuals to recharge and maintain their emotional health. By recognizing their own needs and ensuring they are met, individuals can approach relationships from a place of abundance rather than depletion. Clear communication is equally important. Expressing feelings and needs openly can help others understand the giver's perspective, fostering a more reciprocal dynamic. Setting boundaries is essential as well. It allows individuals to define what they are comfortable giving and when they need to step back. By doing so, they can cultivate healthier relationships that are built on mutual respect and appreciation rather than unspoken expectations and resentment. In essence, while kindness is a beautiful trait, it must be balanced with self-awareness and assertiveness. By prioritizing their own needs alongside those of others, individuals can create a more harmonious existence, free from the shadows of resentment. Kindness is often celebrated as a virtue, a quality that fosters connection and compassion among individuals. However, an excessive focus on the needs of others can inadvertently hinder personal growth. When one prioritizes kindness to the extent that it overshadows their own aspirations, it can lead to a pattern of self-neglect. This tendency to always put others first may manifest in avoiding conflict or difficult decisions, as the desire to maintain harmony can become overwhelming. In such scenarios, individuals may find themselves trapped in a cycle of pleasing others, which can stifle their own ambitions and prevent them from stepping out of their comfort zones. For instance, when faced with a choice that could benefit personal development, such as pursuing a new job opportunity or engaging in a challenging project, one might hesitate, fearing that such a decision could upset someone else or create tension. This avoidance can lead to missed opportunities and a stagnation of personal growth, as the individual remains anchored in familiar, albeit unfulfilling, circumstances. The reluctance to assert oneself or make tough choices in the name of kindness can create a barrier to resilience and independence, essential components of personal development. Balancing kindness with self-advocacy is crucial for fostering a healthy sense of self and promoting growth. It is important to recognize that being kind does not mean sacrificing one's own needs or aspirations. By learning to assert oneself while still being considerate of others, individuals can cultivate a more robust sense of identity and purpose. This balance allows for the pursuit of personal goals without the guilt that often accompanies the act of prioritizing oneself. Embracing this duality can lead to a more fulfilling life, where kindness is expressed not only towards others, but also towards oneself, paving the way for resilience and independence. In conclusion, while kindness is a valuable trait, it is essential to strike a balance between caring for others and advocating for oneself. By doing so, individuals can foster an environment conducive to personal growth, enabling them to pursue their goals and develop into their best selves. In a world where kindness often shines as a beacon of hope, it can paradoxically attract those who thrive on manipulation and emotional exploitation. Kind-hearted individuals driven by a genuine desire to help others, may unknowingly become magnets for toxic personalities. These manipulative individuals are adept at recognizing generosity and compassion, viewing them not as virtues but as opportunities to exploit. They may present themselves as vulnerable, drawing in their targets with tales of hardship and need, all the while concealing their true intentions. As the kind-hearted person extends their hand, offering support and understanding, the toxic individual begins to weave a web of dependency. They may employ guilt-tripping tactics, making their benefactor feel responsible for their happiness or well-being. This emotional manipulation can leave the kind person feeling drained, as their generosity is met with insatiable demands rather than gratitude. Over time, the once fulfilling act of kindness can morph into a burdensome obligation, leaving the giver feeling undervalued and emotionally exhausted. Recognizing the red flags of such toxic relationships is crucial. One of the most telling signs is the presence of guilt tripping, where the manipulative individual uses emotional blackmail to elicit feelings of shame or obligation. Additionally, emotional instability can serve as a warning. If someone frequently shifts from extreme highs to lows, it may indicate a deeper issue that could lead to further manipulation. These behaviors can create an unpredictable environment, making it difficult for the kind-hearted person to feel secure in their relationship. To protect oneself from falling into this cycle of exploitation, it is essential to establish firm boundaries. Setting limits on what you are willing to give, be it time, energy, or resources, can help maintain a healthy balance in relationships. It is important to communicate these boundaries clearly and to stand firm when they are tested. By doing so, you not only safeguard your emotional well-being, but also send a message that you value yourself